Hello again everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We are back here outside of our lovely war room where we did start a few missions in the last episode. We have a few codex entries which we did gather from that, so let's check the characters. So we have a couple of new characters which we met. Well, Cullen's not new, but we remember him, right? Whatever you have heard of Kirkwell's rebellion, the truth is far worse. I would spare you that. What remains of Kirkwell's Templars have been under my command for the past few years. We have done what we could to assist with the city's recovery, to restore some semblance of order, but my time here is done. Seeker Pentagast has approached me. She wishes to stop the war between mages and Templars. She has been recruiting men and women to the cause and wishes me to oversee the group's military concerns. If the conclave goes well, then we will not be needed. If not, we stand ready. I have decided to take Seeker Pentagast's offer. The circles have fallen. I can give no more to the Templar Order, nor it to me. The Maker has shown me a new path. I must take it. See, Cullen was a funny one because he was not fully trusting of the mages, but he also did show some very noble kind of characteristics. So I do respect him. So what's Josephine then? Seeker Cassandra. Josephine Montilier is a noble from the nation of Antiva. She was educated in Valrio, where she built connections among the courts. Once she finished her schooling at a surprisingly young age, Lady Montilier became the official diplomat between King Fulgane of Antiva to Empress Celine of Orlais. The appointment suits her. She is well-travelled, familiar with many forms of etiquette, and by all accounts a skilled negotiator. If that endorsement does not suffice, Josephine is a personal friend. I have faith in her. We require someone both influential and trustworthy to be an ambassador for the Inquisition. You cannot tell me you would prefer to take the job yourself. Sister Liliana, okay. And Liliana, of course. She has many names. Most know her as Sister Liliana or the Nightingale. Some refuse to speak her name at all, referring to her only as the left hand of the Divine and the shadow behind the Sunburst throne. The spymaster Marjolaine trained Liliana from a young age. For years, Liliana was Marjolaine's instrument in the great game of Orlais. While Liliana was devoted to Marjolaine, the reverse was not true. Marjolaine betrayed Liliana and almost succeeded in killing her. Liliana survived the betrayal thanks to revered Mother Dorothea. I remember that. Following this betrayal, Liliana spent several years in a cloister in Ferelden, hiding from her past. Inspired by revered Mother Dorothea, Liliana dedicated herself to her faith, discovering peace in a simple life of devotion. When the Fifth Blight began, she received what she believed a vision from the Maker. This prompted her to leave her sanctuary, taking up arms against the Darkspawn. Several years after the defeat of the Archdemon, Liliana received a summons from Dorothea, now Divine Justini V. She returned to Orlais to become an agent of the Sunburst throne. Justinia perished in the explosion that destroyed the Divine Conclave, and Liliana became a founding member and spymaster of the New Inquisition. I did not know or make the connection that Dorothea, the same person who saved Liliana all the way back in the day when she was just a mother, was Divine Justini V. Wow. I did not realize it was the same person. I am clearly very, very stupid. Right. So, Rebel Mages. Yeah. Whereas the Circle was established not merely to protect the world from mages, but also to allow mages to practice their art safely and without fear. And whereas under Lord Seeker Lambert's command, the Templars sworn to protect all people, including mages, from the harmful effects of magic, have instead persecuted mages with such biased judgment as to worsen the problems they were meant to mitigate, and whereas the Right of Tranquility, intended as a tool of the last resort to stop uncontrolled mages from hurting themselves or others, has instead been used for punitive and political purposes to silence dissent and inhibit civilized discourse, and whereas Andraste herself intended the relationship between mage and Templar to be one of a practitioner and protector, not prisoner and jailer, and this contract has been broken, leaving mages in fear for their lives from those sworn to protect them. Now therefore the Circle of Magi declares the following: We, the mages of Ferelden and Orlais, do hereby dissolve the circles and renounce our sworn submission to the Order of the Templars, effective immediately. We reiterate Andraste's assertion that magic was made to serve man, not rule over him, and state unequivocally that we will use our abilities only to defend ourselves from those who would see us relinquish our lives and freedoms under the presumption of guilt for crimes we have not committed. We condemn those practitioners of magic who, through illness of mind or understandable misguided anger at those who oppress them, would use their Maker-given powers to threaten innocent lives, and we pledge to aid any legitimate and impartial government in bringing these lawless apostates to justice. We look earnestly to a future of cooperation between all peoples of Theodas, free from persecution and prejudice, and hope to build a better world alongside all who approach us with friendship instead of fear. Yours in service to Andraste and the Maker, the free mages of Theodas. a leaflet distributed in towns and villages across Orlane for Eldon. And then we have the Templar Order, the end of an accord. Most holy, the Seekers are well aware of the part you played in the rebellion. You call me to the Grand Cathedral in the middle of the night on urgent business, only to speak of trivial matters. And then when I return to the White Spire, I discover chaos, and one of your agents in the midst of the apostates. Did you think I would not notice? Did you believe yourself above repercussions for such acts? It was a dark day when the Chantry placed such an incapable woman upon the Sunburst throne. I will not stand idle and watch you destroy what ages of tradition and righteousness have built. In the 20th year of the Divine Age, the Navaran Accord was signed. The Seekers of Truth lowered our banner and agreed to serve as the Chantry's right hand, and together we created the Circle of Magi. With the Circle no more, I hereby declare the Accord null and void. Neither the Seekers of Truth nor the Templar Order recognize Chantry authority, and instead we will perform the Maker's work as it was meant to be done, as we see fit. Sign this day on the 40th year of the Dragon Age, Lord Seeker Lambert Van Reeves. Well, Lambert is a prick, so yeah. The Templar Order, the traditional role. Often portrayed as stoic and grim, the Order of Templars was created as the martial arm of the Chantry. Armed with the ability to dispel and resist magic in addition to their formidable combat talents, Templars are uniquely qualified to act as both a foil for apostates, mages who refuse to submit to the authority of the Circle, and a first line of defense against the dark powers of blood mages and abominations. While mages often resent the Templars as symbols of the Chantry's control over magic, the people of Thedas see them as saviors and holy warriors, champions of all that is good. Armed with piety enough to protect the world from the ravages of foul magic, in reality the Chantry's militant arm looks first for skilled warriors with unshakable faith in the Maker. With a flawless moral centre as a secondary concern, Templars must carry out their duty with an emotional distance, and the Order of Templars prefers soldiers with religious fervour and absolute loyalty over paragons of virtue, and might question orders when it comes to make difficult choices. That can be a flaw of the Templar Order, I must say. The Templars' power derives from the substance lyrium, a mineral believed to be the raw element of creation. While mages use lyrium in their arcane spells and rituals, Templars ingest the primordial mineral to enhance their abilities to resist and dispel magic. Lyrium use is regulated by the Chantry, but some Templars suffer from lyrium addiction, the effects of which include paranoia, obsession, and dementia. Templars knowingly submit themselves to this treatment in the service of the Order and the Maker. That's not good. It is the sense of ruthless piety that most frightens mages when they draw the Templars' attention. When the Templars are sent to eliminate a possible blood mage, there is no reasoning with them, and if the Templars are prepared, the mage's magic is all but useless. Driven by their faith, the Templars are one of the most feared and respected forces in Thedas. Good old Templars. You can't beat them, can you? Alright, so what places do we... the hinterlands. My Lord Altegan, I retired to the hinterlands for peace and quiet away from the politics, and because the wide open spaces were perfect to let my horses run. Instead, the war between the mages and the Templars has turned your beautiful hills into a series of burning battlefields. The farmers who live in the hinterlands are good folk. Many of them left Redcliffe Village because they couldn't bear to be there anymore, not after the Blight and the Walking Dead left so many bad memories. Now we've got apostates running around setting fire to anyone who looks at them sideways, and Templars looting houses and cutting down those who protest as mage sympathizers. My wife Elena sent off our field hands to stay with her family in the east, but there are lots of poor people here with nowhere to go. We get more refugees every day. This village attacked by mad mages, or that farmstead burned to the ground by Templars who can't tell a hoe from a staff. Wow. I suppose you're stretched thin, but anything you can do to lessen the burden of these poor folk would be much appreciated. I'll do as I can, and if your men need better mounts, say the word. Best of luck to you, my lord. Remember not to let Duchess puff out her gut when you saddle her. That Duchess must be a horse then. Yours in service, Danette. A letter from Redcliffe's former horsemaster to Altegan of Redcliffe, undelivered. Resources found here: Elfruit, Spindleweed, Blood Lotus, Crystal Grace, Royal Elfruit, Deep Mushroom, Embryum, Iron, Drakestone, Onyx, and Obsidian. And we got achievements. Commander, that is an odd one. Maybe one of my missions is finished. There we go. Yes, we have done. Cool. Okay. Well, so we'll pop back in the war room while we're here. Since I'm guessing we can reassign some of our agents. So we'll jump into Ferelden again. So, report ready. Commander Cullen, your honor guard was a welcome sight at the Divine's Vigil. As a measure of thanks, I am sending Ferelden arms and equipment for your troops. Sincerely, Tina Fergus Coastland. Rose received. Ferelden Captain Longsword, thank you. And then, relatives of the Trevellians. Dear Lady Montilia, splendid news. Lord Trevelyan's relatives have become much more careful about invoking the name of the Inquisition. In fact, they appear to be deliberately avoiding me as well, as if they're afraid that the more Inquisition scrutinizes them, the more may be made clear to our eyes. Just imagine. I trust you are in good health. Tell me, how does the left hand of the Divine fare these days? Please pass on my compliments to Sister Lyanna, whose work I always admire. Best regards, Lady Buttlefo. There we go. Well, it was Liliana who dealt with that mission, so it does make sense. Hard and Hightown 3 Varric's Revenge. That is another one we have. Ruffles, I need a favour, actually. Actually, let's call it a loan. Since I'll pay it back, I got a letter from my editor in Kirkwall today. She tells me that Hard in Hightown 3, the repunching, appeared in print from an anti-even printer a couple of weeks ago. I'll give you a moment to contemplate the horror that is that title. The repunching, well. I had my contacts in the Merchants Guild look for the author a couple of years back. The best they could find out after spending a couple hundred gold was that Pyrel Bellenforth is a pen name. I could have told them that for free. You've got contacts with the Antivan print houses. Maybe you could find out more than the guild. If this author has evaded the Merchants Guild, the Crows might be a better choice for investigating him. So this is purely a Liliana mission.
Let's see what we have.
So is Ruffles the name that Varric actually gives Liliana? That's quite funny. Black Emporium, do we? So this is just purely unlocking this area. Voices on the wind speak of a new power abroad in the world. Inquisition, they whisper, an ancient name restored, a memory rekindled and transformed into a blaze of hope. I hear the whispers and summon the fires of the Inquisition. Here in the depths beneath the city of change, countless mysteries hide in shadow in anticipation of the light. Come, the Black Emporium awaits. Xenon the Antiquarian must spend his days composing melodramatic invitations to his establishment. I imagine being stuck in a chair for centuries leaves one somewhat lacking for entertainment. This particular message was hand-delivered by a cloaked figure at twilight, precisely as the sun disappeared beneath the peaks. My men spied the courier lurking about our outer gates for at least an hour waiting for sunset, a servant under the command of some very specific instructions, I assume. That aside, I would encourage a visit to the Black Emporium. The Antiquarian's hoard is legendary. Only those he deems worthy ever lay eyes on it. The champion of Kirkwall received an invitation once and reported, among other things, a strange mirror that could transform even flesh and bone. Who knows, we may uncover something that aids in the battle against Corypheus. Liliana. Corypheus? Is that who we're dealing with, Corypheus? We killed him. Or did we? It did say maybe we didn't. Okay, we'll go to the Black Emporium then. A ship has been secured, but be wary of what you might find in the Black Emporium, Inquisitor. I've heard many frightful tales, Cullen. Not now. We will assign other stuff first. Let's assign someone to gather coin since we're here. Yeah. It'll take an hour, but we may as well get some more money behind us. But now we'll go to the Black Emporium. Let's go. Adventure 4th, yes. Ah! So we'll take Varric, Cassandra, and Solus, I suppose. There we go. It's the only three we can take right now, so why not? So Corypheus, is that really who we're dealing with? Corypheus. I mean, I suppose it's believable considering his immense power, which he clearly has. But I thought we suppressed him enough in 2, but maybe not. Perhaps I am quite wrong there. I don't know. I'm not going to claim to understand just how powerful Corypheus is, but yeah. Wow. Okay, that is worrying. I'm not going to lie. If Corypheus has managed to, well, create a damn hole in the sky, then and also orchestrate a massive explosion, which has killed the Divine, among other people, then clearly he must have some degree of a hold on the area, which is not good, I must say. Let's see what we can discover in the Black Emporium, since we didn't really get much from here last time round, did we, in 2? But maybe we'll have something. So I gathered a party, but unless, but I don't even know anymore, to be honest. Places, the Black Emporium. It is a myth, of course, nothing more. The tales of a mysterious underground shop run by an immortal, perhaps undead, proprietor who peddles impossible and implausible goods have circulated for decades among the Templars. Now and then, a zealous or curious knight will go looking for the place to no avail. Stories place the Black Emporium in Kirkwall's Dark Town, the sewers of Val Royeaux, in the back of an empty boathouse in Lemerin, at the top of a tower in Marnus Pell, and hidden beneath the skirts of the giant statue of Andraste at the Murdain. No reputable source has ever found it, and none ever will, because it does not exist. You will, of course, hear the standard justifications. It appears only to the worthy, it appears only to the invited. It is hidden by blood magic, it exists only in the Fade. Rubbish, there is no magic that can hide an entire shop full of trinkets from the eyes of a seeker of truth. And I am not just saying that because I searched for 6 months and didn't find it. Shut up, Tristan. Nice, I like that, that's good. Well, they are very clearly wrong then, because we know fine well that that exists.
Send my regards to the Lady Ambassador. Her ancestor visited the Emporium in the Blessed Age.
Oh, Montelier.
I sold her a candle mounted with the severed hand of a first acolyte of Razikel. I wonder, do the Monteliers still have it in their possession? I should like to see it again.
This guy is an odd fellow, isn't he? Can I read? Sin on the Antiquarian. I left the Black Emporium empty-handed for 2 reasons. First, most of the items were priced for far beyond what I could afford. Second, I spent most of my short time there trying to sate my curiosity about its proprietor. I found myself stealing glances at the Antiquarian from behind piles of books between shelves and at one point over a basket of mismatched socks. There he sat, petrified in the centre of the Emporium, skin of waxy grey over ancient taunt sinew, moaning in a voice so dry and brittle it sounds like the snapping of twigs after a drought. A girl of not more than 12 scurried to and fro to fulfill his numerous requests. Another patron noticed my fascination and told me that the girl, most likely an urchin rescued from the street, was responsible for the needs of the Antiquarian, feeding, washing and the like. So impossibly old is he and so fragile his skin he can only tolerate the barest whisper of touches from the smallest and most tender of his servants. Only in this way may he come close to his lost youth, said the man. I was surrounded by objects of legend, yet none fascinated me as did the Antiquarian. Well, he's an interesting character, I must say. So we have schematics and crafting materials here. Ah. Well, these are fucking expensive, aren't they? Oh, there's a thrusting longsword. It's, nothing really here that I would desperately want. What crafting materials? Velveteen? The Velveteen Dream? Can't be, surely. So we could buy crafting materials here if we really wanted to, but we don't really have the money for it right now. What else have we got? Josephine's ready to report in, that is most good. Schematics of Legend. Oh, fucking hell. Well, we're not buying any of them right now. Weapons and accessories. Holy shit. I'm guessing this was meant to be unlocked a lot later, given the fact that we've already learned.
Handle the mirror with care.
And we know what that does. Yeah. We know what the mirror does. You can change your appearance and such, can't you? So, this was a bit of a fruitless endeavour, but if we do need extra powerful weapons and stuff, then I guess we can come back. And we'll head back to the Haven. Yeah. Travel to location. Haven. There we go. There we go. I guarantee these people are not even going to be in my party again because they weren't the last time we were in Haven. Because Haven just seems like the kind of party camp kind of thing. Like the camp in Origins or your manor in 2, you know, that kind of thing. Unless maybe they all join us like after we leave the town specifically. Maybe there's like a specific area which encompasses the kind of safe zone. Maybe I don't know. We need to go and deal with Josephine's mission that she succeeded in doing. Can't imagine Liliana is too far off finishing hers either. Actually. Exquisite. So this definitely does give more of a feeling of like a grand like control than Origin 2 did. It feels like you're leading an operation. Whereas yes, obviously you're more of like an individual in 2. In Origins you kind of obviously you were leading a resistance of some kind. But also not quite, if you get me. You know, it's not like that same level of control. So yeah, those special shipments are not responding to anything right now. It's quite funny. Right. Let's pop back up to the Chantry, and we will deal with the missions we have currently got to turn in. Everyone dislikes the Templars in some way. Even the Templars themselves, deep down, severely dislike themselves, I'm sure. I love Josephine's board. It has a candle attached to it. That's cool. Right, so let's so the Inquisition is a hollow prank, a jest to swindle the righteous. The tide of apostates and demons swells on my doorstep as you do nothing. My death will be on your head and the heads of all the other charlatans of the Inquisition. I will leave a stain so dark the Maker himself cannot remove. It's yours truly, Lord Kildan. Well, you sound like a horrible person. Right, so we can't do anything else at the minute, can we? So no, we'll leave it there. How far away are we from learning? Well, this 1 minute. Okay, so we will pop out and we will end this episode here, and then we will get the reward for that probably at the start of the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will catch you in the next episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. Thanks again, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.